Sí, muy bien, estamos de vuelta. Otro video más de Hogwarts Legacy. Ok, muy bien, ¿saben qué? Vamos a continuar entonces con esta historia. Vamos a movernos rápidamente por acá. Si no me equivoco, no puedo interactuar con un par de cosas aquí. Creo que eso era todo. Ahí sí uno se podía comer un dulce, un confite. Y todas estas habitaciones son las de las damas, digámoslo así. Y hay otras que son las de los caballeros que están abajo. Según había visto en un video de alguien, si uno escoge un personaje masculino en Hufflepuff no puede subir estas escaleras. Aunque sí puede, porque hay como un glitch que si uno se arrima por este borde puede llegar a subirlas. Pero se supone que, pues bueno, la intención es que no lo puedan hacer. Déjenme ver. Por aquí yo creo. Aquí. Necesito arrasar con todo. Y recoger todo el dinero que pueda. No quiero comenzar el juego y vivir en la pobreza y no tener nada. Había otro. Ajá, exacto, aquí. Tenemos que ir a hablar con los... creo que son 3 estudiantes. De aquí de Hufflepuff. Así que déjenme hablar con ellos. Tenemos que hablar con ellos. Las introducciones, sí. Y... inclusive, ven esto. Yo... si puedo ir aquí a las habitaciones de los caballeros, por ejemplo. Ven esto acá. Yo puedo irme por aquí sin problema. Husmear aquí a ver qué hay. Creo que estuve buscando mientras hacía pruebas y creo que aquí no hay nada. Honestamente, no tengo la menor idea. Creo que no revisé absolutamente todos. ¿Qué es esto? Ok. Una cerradura. Necesito desbloquear otro hechizo. Creo que es Alohamura. Creo que es el Alohamura o algo así. O Alohamura. Para poder abrir estos. Ok. ¿Saben qué? Suficiente de esto. Vámonos. Aquí está... sí. Básicamente allá arriba fue donde estaba yo, dando vueltas. Y bueno, vamos a empezar. Vamos a empezar a hablar con estos tipos. Voy a hablar con este primero. Es el que más... es el que más me molesta porque tiene una voz toda rara. Pero bueno, veámoslo.
I can't quite reach.
Come on, you went that way.
Hope they can catch him. Big castle for a student to get lost in, let alone a cat. I'm sure you'll find your way all right. I mean, it can be a bit overwhelming at first. I still get lost sometimes. Welcome to Hufflepuff, by the way. Really glad to have you in our house. I'm Arthur.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Was that your cat?
No, one of the first years, I think. Don't have any pets of my own, unfortunately. My mother doesn't think too highly of them, especially magical ones.
I'm sorry to hear that. I think magical beasts are rather incredible.
Best thing about coming to Hogwarts. Nifflers, glumbumbles, bowtruckles. I thought they were only pictures in books before. Well, Dad did bring home a puffskein once. Mum was furious. Anyway, I better go make sure the first years caught that cat. Don't want them to be late on their first day.
Have you ever had a pet, Arthur?
No. My mother's a muggle, and as soon as the puffskein that my dad brought home stuck its tongue up her nose, it went right back to the shop.
Nice meeting you, Arthur, and good luck finding that cat.
Thank you. Try not to get lost in the castle yourself.
Nos vamos a perder definitivamente. Sí, esa voz se nota que ni siquiera es una voz natural. Se nota que es una voz que alguien estaba intentando hacer o fabricar. Bueno, hablamos con Adelaide.
Oh, Uncle, this doesn't sound like you. Something's wrong. Oh, hello there. You're the new Hufflepuff, yes? I'm Adelaide. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Is everything all right?
Oh, yes. I'm just a bit distracted. Letter from my uncle. So tell me, I've been hearing all sorts of rumors. Were you really nearly gobbled up by a dragon?
If you don't mind, I'd prefer to just forget about it.
Oh dear, it must have been bad. I mean, of course it was. I know I would have been terrified. Sorry. Well, anyway, I imagine you have lots to do. I hope you have a wonderful first day.
Are you sure everything is all right with your uncle?
Oh, yes. He travels for work, always busy. I'm sure he just wrote it in a rush. Nothing to worry about.
Thank you, Adelaide. Be seeing you.
Of course. And good luck.
Ok, sí, algo que voy a estar haciendo en este juego va a ser tratando de completar todas las misiones secundarias. Eso fue algo que, por ejemplo, yo traté de hacer en este juego de The Witcher 3. Traté de hacer todo y desbloquear todas las misiones que encontraba y hacerlas. No sé si en este juego uno gana experiencia o gana algo haciéndolas. Supongo que gana algo, pero no sé si es algo de verdad valioso o no, pero por el YOLO lo hacemos.
Oh, hello. She's awfully regal, isn't she?
Is that your owl?
I don't know who she is. Likely one of the Hufflepuffs around here. Owls choose their own company anyway. Wait, you're the new 5th year. Quite the dramatic entrance you made. Can't imagine wanting to call attention to yourself, especially since everyone will be watching to see how much you already know.
I'm really not worried. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Nevertheless, it is rather unusual. You must feel terribly out of place. Of course, presumably, as a hard-working Hufflepuff, you'll prove yourself in no time. I'm hard-working too, as you might suspect. But sometimes I think I should have been a Ravenclaw. I've rather a searing wit. At least people have always told me so. I'm Lenora, by the way. Lenora Everly. Well, mustn't keep you. You've such a lot to do.
Do you really think you should have been in Ravenclaw?
Well, my brothers were. They both work in the ministry now. I suppose you could say that wit runs in the family. My aunt was a Gryffindor, though, and I've always had plenty in common with her. Determination, valor, daring. The old sorting hat was spoiled for choice with me.
It was nice meeting you, Lenora.
Of course. Adieu.
Adieu, en
Is the new
francés.
Hufflepuff out of bed yet? Professor Weasley's waiting for them outside the common room.
Esta perdedora no puede hacer el lumos. Mira esto.
Lumos.
Ah, ¿cómo se hace? ¿Qué está haciendo? No, no, no es la varita, es usted. Vámonos de aquí.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
Es fijo que ella tiene que ser la ancestra de los Weasleys, ¿no? Y también el director tiene que ser el ancestro de los Blacks, de Sirius Black.
And educate yourself about wizarding lore.
Tiene que ser.
I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to your surroundings. Do keep up.
No se atrase, vámonos. Sí, tienen que ser. Creo que es obvio que los hacen o le ponen esos apellidos y le dan esas características faciales para que se parezcan.
Simply cast Revelio on it and we'll see what the guide says.
Vamos a ver, libro de recetas de elfo doméstico. Según rumores, contiene algunas de las creaciones originales de Helga Hufflepuff, una colección de recetas favoritas de los alumnos durante siglos. Algunos platillos, como el encurtido de ciruelas dirigibles, dice ahí, ok, probablemente sean un gusto adquirido. Bloqueaste un desafío de la guía de campo. Aquí se muestran tus progresos en el desafío, ok. Ok, abramos esto. Continuar. Aquí están los desafíos. Páginas, guía de campo, ok. Y aquí está el desafío bloqueado, ok. Ok, necesito recoger el segundo para que se desbloquee, eso es. Y aquí salimos, ok, genial.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle. Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Ok, abrir el mapa. Hogwarts se divide en dos áreas principales, lado izquierdo, estudiantes y profesores, y el gran comedor, salas comunes de las casas. Ok. Selecciona la región del comedor. Ok, el gran comedor. Ok, perfecto. Regresar al mapa. A la derecha encontrarás puntos de interés académicos, torre, astronomía, biblioteca y los invernaderos. Selecciona la región del anexo de biblioteca para continuar. Anexo es ok. La profesora desbloqueó las llamas flue del vestíbulo central. Ok, necesito entonces moverme al vestíbulo central, que es ¿no? Y viajamos. Exacto.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become Aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Bien, genial. Ahora tenemos que hablar con él. Esto se puede mover, ¿no? Oh, no se puede mover todavía. Sí, necesito el Accio para poder agarrar esas páginas que están volando.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
I did my best, but I'm fairly certain she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well-trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Abrir registro. Puede rastrear misiones disponibles desde el mapa. Vamos a abrir esto entonces. Ajá. Ese símbolo representa las misiones principales. Completar las principales hará avanzar la historia, desbloqueará nuevas funciones y otorgará experiencia. Ok. ¿Dónde era que nos decía que había un lugar donde decía que solo agarrando estas páginas uno ganaba experiencia? Pero además entonces avanzando en la historia principal va a ganar experiencia uno. Ok. Algunas misiones están bloqueadas por requisitos de hechizos o niveles. Necesitarás tener el nivel o hechizos requeridos para activar la misión. Ok, puedes conseguir nuevos el completar las tareas de los profesores o como recompensas de misiones. Ok, perfecto. Sigue la misión. Ok, tengo que seguirla. Creo que... el primero que quiero es este.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Ok, muy bien. Si no me equivoco, cuando uno ya tiene eso marcado... Ajá, exacto. Lo presiona esto para que lo lleve allá. Ok, exacto. Vamos a ir aquí. Es vacilón porque si uno lo sigue a él va y llega a cierta parte del castillo donde está como la oficina de él, digámoslo así. Ok, vamos a ver. Vamos a ver si no revienta este juego aquí. Necesito llegar a donde. Sí, vean, como puede ver. No sé si alguien ha visto este juego en otros gameplays o no, pero los juegos con la niebla. El juego normal tiene un montón de niebla por acá y no se ve nada. Prefiero quitárselo. Ok, ¿dónde está esto? Que ya desbloqueé esto. Ok, muy bien, déjeme ver por dónde era esto. Siguiendo aquí, genial. Este castillo es grandísimo. Grandísimo. Aquí es. Vamos, de una sola vez. Es más, déjame ver algo. Ah, aquí era donde habían cosas, pero creo que está bloqueado, sí. Empecemos.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Ok, muy bien. Aquí aprendemos Accio. Vamos a ver si no la cago. Muy bien. Perfecto.
Accio.
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me. I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
Se puso a llover.
So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment.
Rayos.
Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall, yes? Now, I could keep talking about theory all day, but practice is the best professor. Show us how it's done. That's it!
Ok, muy bien.
Splendid!
Que ya lo tengo más o menos dominado.
Excellent control there.
Oh, rayos, se va a caer.
Happens to the best of us.
Qué buena.
Very good. Points to Hufflepuff. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Y démosle un poco de campo para que la... Natsai, Onai, como se llame. Wow, ok. Vamos a tener que ser muy precisos. Vamos a ver, ahí está, genial. Ni siquiera dejó hablar al profesor. Voy a traer aquel otro. El de la esquina. ¿Dónde está? Déjenme. Accio. Todo controlado, todo bien. Ya había hecho esto como una vez. ¿Qué es eso? Lo va a lograr. Patético. ¿Qué es eso? ¿Dónde está? Ok, listo. Ahora sí. ¡Oh! Perfecto.
A perfect score. Remarkable.
Ganó corte del invocador. ¿Qué es eso? Ni idea.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this.
Oh, wow. Ok, muy bien. Déjeme ver. Voy a primero. Voy a ir por esta primero. No queda duda que somos unos profesionales. Tiene fuerza. Oh, por Dios, apenas. ¿Qué? Llegó a los 50. No, llegó al 30. Wow. Sí, voy a ir por esta. Desde este ángulo. ¡Cállese!
Brilliant.
Genial, vamos a ver qué hace ella al final. ¿Qué fue eso? Patético.
That is how it's done.
Es patético. Déjame buscar el mejor ángulo. Creo que este debe ser el mejor ángulo acá. ¡Accio!
Two perfect rounds. You're a natural.
Te partí el trasero. Ganó corte del invocador. ¿Qué es eso?
Very good, both of you. Well done.
No me dan experiencia por eso.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
Yo me las arreglo.
Thank you, but I've been holding my own.
I appreciate your confidence. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Ok, vamos a hablar de todo. Vamos a ver.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Ouagadougou uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
Is Ouagadougou a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
Is Ouagadougou much bigger than Hogwarts?
Ouagadougou School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Ouagadougou, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing, to be precise, Sebastian. You know it won't work on humans.
Ok, muy bien, vamos a hablar con él.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Muy bien, genial. Misión completada. Completa misiones principales, perfecto. Listo. Oh, subí de nivel, genial. Muy bien esta pizarra. Ok, genial. Ok, muy bien, ¿saben qué? Por un video va a ser suficiente, voy a dejarlo hasta acá. En el próximo, creo que entonces nos vamos a mover a conseguir Levioso, si no me equivoco. Así que sí, en el próximo video hacemos eso. Pues por ahora entonces, pues que no se diga más. Como siempre, pásenla bien, cuídense mucho y nos vemos hasta la próxima.